Hey everyone, it's your Peacekeeper coming at you with an epic battle replay involving the Tier 8 Alabama once again. I know, so many of you guys are going, God, we've already had one of these every freaking week, it seems like, since this ship came out. But this ship prints these battles like crazy. I don't know what else to tell you. Aside from the fact that this will be the last Alabama epic battle for a while. Not because I don't have more in the wings. In fact, I actually have 2 more in the wings. I'm just going to hold on to those for a rainy day sometime in the future. The only other video that I had ready for today was a Shimikaze battle. However, because Shimikaze is coming out next week, I did not want to go ahead and spoil some of the already fantastic things that are going to get said in that video by releasing basically the same video Friday before. So yeah, that's alright. This game is a fantastic game. The map is Hotspot. And there's not any really good tactics for this map aside from kind of go with the flow of battle. Sometimes, for instance, if you're in a DD and you're on the far east side of the map, playing around in the islands can be kind of fun. Sometimes if you're playing in a light cruiser, that can be fun. If you're playing in a battleship, it can be kind of tedious at the early games, but at the late games, it can almost become a necessity. This is the domination mode, though, domination, standard battles. Well, I don't know, it's the one with the 2 caps, a base cap and a not base cap, or the friendly base cap and an enemy base cap. Yep, apparently it's early in the morning. So, right off the bat here, we got a Cleveland, and really at this point, I'm just shooting pot shots at him. At this range, there's nothing in this match that is going to do a whole lot of damage to me, and you can see there I missed because I aimed way too far forward, or he slowed down, I don't know which. But at the beginning of the match, there's rarely anything that's within range that's going to do a whole lot of damage to me right off the bat. And so, as a result, I don't mind opening up. The ship's not that accurate at ranges, as I've said before in the how to play video or the premium ship review video. However, occasionally you will get some pretty interesting shot dispersion that will yield you some really awesome hits, like right there. Okay, so that wasn't the world's greatest pattern, but we still chunked off 11,000 damage off of Colorado. And this is a mistake. Yep, I got caught broadside to that Amagi, and I earned that Citadel. It would have been nice to have those hit points at the end of this battle. So Mr. Cleveland is still continuing to ignore me. He's basically sailing broadside. He's in my happy zone. Look at this shell dispersion. 13,000 damage, not a single Citadel hit. And that's because Cleveland's Citadel is a little bit further forward than that. And ever since they buffed the Cleveland Citadel, nerfed, then buffed, then nerfed again, it's been kind of hard to hit. So, speaking of hard to hit Citadels, how about the Amagi? Oh my goodness, this ship manages to survive so many shells that land on... Now, he missed me, but look at that. No friggin' way. This is not the Amagi of old. The Amagi of old, that would have been like a double Citadel. So, he's turning away. I've got another Amagi to my right. I'm kind of waiting for him. I got a Sharnorst off to my right. I'm kind of waiting for these guys to make up their mind and kind of see how the flow of battle's going. And, well, Colorado presents himself in a nice way, and we'll just lop off 12,000 hit points off of him. Now, this Amagi here... Okay, so the Colorado goes down. The DD is still there. We've split between 2 Amagis. That Amagi is not paying attention to me, so we're going to go ahead and start turning around. Assuming we can get these guys in the engine room to actually hurry up. Just as an interesting side note, if you are using a ship like the Iowa or the Alabama in particular with its lowered citadel, if you're turning away from somebody like I am now, incoming shells have a much harder time of actually hitting the citadel because it's hitting that outer belt, or in this case the internal belt, at a much steeper angle, and so you're getting a thicker effective belt. The downside to that is if the shells land on your deck, well, yeah, you could get citadel hits. Alabama does seem to take a lot of normal penetrations from just about every angle. So you can see here we are going back, we are kiting now, and look at the shell dispersion. Once again, Amagi should be citadeled and ended up not citadeling him. Had this been the old Amagi, he most certainly would have been citadeled and would have probably been dead there. Speaking of interesting moments in my World of Warships career, in the Alabama, the other epic battle video I have in the Alabama has me doing a quad citadel against a, wow, that was a really poorly aimed shot. Quad citadel against a nearly full health Nagato. 60,000 damage is what it ended up being in one salvo. It was about 10k away. Never actually dev struck a battleship before without a detonation or without a torpedoes. So that was kind of interesting. There's 10,000 taken off by an Amagi. We're angled pretty heavily. We're kind of forced to split between which, the lesser two evils here. I'm doing my best to stay angled between them while simultaneously getting out of the secondary batteries of this Tirpitz. And wow, he missed. I'm not going to complain about a Tirpitz missing, but you can see here, he's starting to turn out, so the key here is patience. Well, I was going to be patient. This wasn't the salvo I was thinking of. This is still a big salvo, 15,000 damage. And still taking fire from the Amagi at longer distances, but it is what it is. We got Spectre Mage and his Amagi trying to play around with Mr. Turpai, and this is where I'm thinking where he's going to start turning out. So this is one where a little bit of patience goes a long ways. And we shoot, and dispersion kind of messes with us, and we only do 6,000 damage. We are up to 106,000 damage, though, and as you can see, doing pretty dang well. No kills, but team-wise, it looks like we're ahead. We're ahead on points for sure. This Tirpitz is going down quick. He's broadside to me, which is never a good sign. You never want to be broadside to an American battleship. They will do a lot of damage to you. So there's 8,700 damage, and because he is focused elsewhere, I will go ahead and start to turn around. One thing to keep in mind when turning around is, of course, those two Amagis. And they're completely trollish armor. Like, alright. So once we get turned around here, we got a couple other targets that we can shoot at. Man, there's a Duca. The Duke is over there. Duca d'Aosta. We got a shiny horse. We're kind of in a really awkward position because that Scharnhorst has a pretty good angle on me, but so do those Amagis. Like, do I have to pick a broadside? It's going to be pretty dang close. I think if I would have held off on that shot a little bit, I would have been able to get a good shot on the Duke. But he manages to disappear just in time to not be a problem, and we are able to successfully angle between the Scharnhorst and the two Amagis. Scharnhorst is turning out. This will be a good salvo for him to eat. And 15,500 damage. Basically 16,000. He's still alive, though. The Duke is coming out and around as well. We got Spectres down there and his Amagi just kind of chilling like a villain. And Scharnhorst is burning, and now he's dead. Okay, maybe we can kill the Duke and get him out of this battle, because as you can see, the tides have kind of changed, and not really for the better. 3 overpens on the Duke. So now we have to contend with his long-range spamming HE nonsense. And, this is, yeah, not good. Yep, turn back. Oh, I should have turned back in. Oh well, hindsight, you know what they say. This could be the end of me as we know it. Hey look, yet another not Citadel. That one, he's pretty good angle. He had a pretty good angle. Ugh. 9k hit points taken off. Ooh, rough. Things are starting to get a bit ugly, so we're gonna have to get to working on this Amagi. He's now backing up. Not really a tactic I'd recommend. Just as a pro tip though, when you guys are aiming at ships that are backing up at an angle like this, you want to aim above them to do the most damage. You don't want to aim at the waterline, because if you aim at the waterline, it will miss because of the way the ships move when they're like that. So here I am, I'm trying to keep myself angled to this Amagi, and he is now opening up to me a little bit better. So that actually ends up helping me out. He's still taking chunks of hit points off, so we gotta be careful, but again, aiming just a little bit higher there. Shots go out. Man, one of these days I'm actually gonna land a Citadel with this thing. Or we'll just take off like another 8k. Oh man, I'm telling you, this is frustrating, especially since everybody is now focusing me. Well, with the exception of that Amagi, he's not focusing me. Since he's not focusing on me and that other Amagi just fired, we're gonna sneak a shot in here. Okay, shot out. Maybe we can get a Citadel on him. No! 4,200 hit points. Oh my. It's some days RNG is just not with you. So this Amagi is now turning in, so we'll go back, see if we can't. No, this guy, yep, we're gonna finish him off. For one, we need a kill in this match, but two, he is exposing a very good shot. What? 6k? This is what I'm talking about. Like, this ship used to be, and by this ship I mean the Amagi used to be the type of ship that if you looked at it wrong, you'd Citadel it. It's a battle cruiser, but because it has such thin armor, it is so easy to either overpen or to just not have... Okay, finally we killed him. Or its turtleback will poke in and ruin your day. Well, we still got this other one up here that Spectre is trying to deal with the help of our Gneisenau. However, our Gneisenau was a bit of a late bloomer to this game. And as you can see, we've managed to even out the teams a bit. But whew, you know, we got to kill this Mahan, because if he ends up surviving, that's not good. Hey, I'll take it. That leaves the Duke and the Amagi to go. And we're about to lose Spectre. And there he goes. Okay, so Spectre's now gone. It's the Gneisenau and this Amagi. This Gneisenau is going to sail broadside for far too long for this Amagi just to lop hit point after hit point after hit point on. And he didn't even have to. If he would have turned in, he probably could have killed it with torpedoes. But he's staying away from him, and I don't know what his distance is to him, but I can tell you right now, it isn't good. Oh, Duke showed up real quick. Pot shot, pot shot. Can we kill him with it? Can we kill him with it? What? He only had like 2,700 hit points left. I did 2,500, so how much is left of him then? Whoa, 246? Oh. So the Duke has torpedoes. If you've looked at the Wikipedia on it, fire one salvo off? Maybe. Yes! Alright, that means we can use these other two guns to try and help out our Gneisenau, which has finally decided that he was going to charge after the Amagi, and rather than ramming him, he is sailing past him. So, oh, well, now it's the Amagi. Oh, Amagi shows up real briefly. Line up, shoot. Now, I'm curious as to how I was detecting him there, but we blind fire with the rear turret, but, you know, I'm trying to get around... Oop, got some hits there. Look at that rear dispersion. Trying to get around this island to try and get a good line of sight on him. However, really not doing that all that well. Now, we are behind on points. And had I been paying attention to this before I decided to make my maneuvers, this would have been a little bit less stressful. But at this point, all I have to do to win this battle is get in their cap and hold it until we pass them in points. With 6 minutes left, we should easily do that. Especially before their Amagi gets all the way down to ours, since I'm closer to it. Plus, my detection range is shorter than his detection range, and we can use that to our advantage to, you know, hunt him and effectively hunt him. And so, with how much hit points he has left and how many hit points I have left, this is going to be an interesting fight. Alabama takes a lot of damage from just about every angle, from just about every source, and if he gets real clever with his stuff, it could be very difficult to win this match. And, well, you know, we're up to 180,548 damage, 3 kills. I can't complain too much about that. This is a good game, even if we do lose it. Maybe we can get him to come out. I don't think calling his name works out terribly well, but, you know, it is what it is. We threw up my scout plane in the hopes that he might circle around and pick him up, but he doesn't, and he starts off in the lower left, you know, he starts off to the southwest of me and then starts going north. Ah, man, that totally wrong direction. Sometimes you can get lucky and the scouting plane will actually spot for you while you can't physically see them, but you'll be able to shoot it. Okay, so he pops up because we've crossed around this island. Now he has no idea where I'm at. I shoot to kind of bait him to turn. So he's turning the other way of where I wanted him to. We're only going to get maybe one. Yep, we got one, but no damage. It was an overpen. I don't know what it overpenned. Didn't do any damage to him. I guess it's something. So he shoots. We're going to start turning in. Those shells are going to land behind, get a bounce. Now he's going to start turning to bring those front guns to bear. And we're going to keep our nose pointed at him relatively well. And... okay. So we didn't get a whole lot of damage there, about 3k. And, ooh, that was close. And no damage there. He shoots again. We're staying angled because that's what helps us. You can see I'm shooting just a little bit higher there to see if I can't get just a little bit more deck penetrations. He's slowed down a lot, so he, you know, good dodge on him. But now I'm no longer visible, but he's visible to me because my aircraft was up. And we lose sight of each other. One overpen to kind of help that out. Now, this is where I start doing, like, derping, like, oh, I can go kill him. No, because all you'd have to do in this case is run, and chances are he'd probably kill me. And you'll see Spectre here in the chat is going to yell at me, what the heck are you doing? That was after I already started to turn around. So I'm starting to turn around now, and you're going to see Spectre go, what the heck are you doing? Go into the cap. Yep, I'm aware. Yes. Thank you, Spectre. I was already turning around to do exactly that. And what this is going to do is this is going to force him to make a decision. He's going to have to come find me, and because I have the better stealth than he does, that's going to give me the plenty of opportunity to get him. Now, just thinking in advance here, where he's at, he's probably going to go around the south of to the south side of that island that he's on. And in doing so, if I can position myself on the northern side of their cap, that means he's going to be open to me when he comes around that. So, and yes, I prematurely said good game because I felt quite confident about this. Literally all I had to do was survive, and that would have been quite easy. So once we get into their cap, you're going to start to see the points reverse, and we cap at about 2 points every 6 seconds, which means we got 2 minutes left. That means there is a grand total of 60 seconds there for, that math hurts, 20 points? No, it's more than 20 points. I don't know. That math hurts. Anyway, yeah, that's actually 40 points. Good math. Good talk. So 20 points a minute. The goal here is to get to the northern end of this cap, and what that is going to do, like I said, is it's going to present the best profile. He's going to be presenting the best profile to me when he comes around that island and I detect him. And we are now a whole 12 points away from being ahead of him in cap points. So we are going to need to slow down so that we don't sail outside the cap before the crossover happens. 10 points to go. 8 points to go. And he will pop up here again. And we are going to see him pop up here again. And okay, we got 50 seconds left and 4 points to go. Now 2 points to go. Now we will never cap this, but all I need to do is when the time runs out, have more points than him. Okay, so the Amagi has showed up. He is not currently detecting me. I have detected him. He is opening up to me. So I'm going to start going again. I'm going to get all my guns to bear. Line up this shot, take my time because I've got plenty of time to take the shot. Watch for what he's doing. Shoot. And watch the salvo go in. And boom, we killed him. No Citadel though. That's the crazy part. We did 18,000 damage in raw damage with no Citadels. Not a single Citadel hit the entire match. 203,463 damage, 2277 base XP, 4 kills, and of course the awards and the credit screen. Anyway, Alabama, like I said, it's kind of becoming like Hindenburg. It's almost a joke at how easy it is to get these good games in this ship. It is a fantastic ship, and if you haven't picked it up, the next time it comes on sale, you should buy it. Anyway, I'm your Peacekeeper. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.